What's that?
Putting 2 out on one day.
No double uploads yet?
We have never put 2 out on one day. We've done a day and then a day, I think. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. I don't really know.
Can I borrow one of those?
Yes, you cannot. I was going to ask you, well, now I got 2 questions to ask you.
What was the one you were going to ask before we went out?
First one I want to ask before that one, because we were talking about it. Have you ever considered trying steroids?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Look at me, dude.
You're not that bad.
Yeah, no, that's how I know you can get to them.
Well, yeah,
because I've been hovering over like this. Yeah.
You've seen it. Oh, you've seen it on the web and shit.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. You actually had access to that
But
shit.
then you look up like steroid horror stories, like steroids gone wrong, and you see like fucks.
Do you know who Greg Doucette is?
Yep.
I watched some of him.
More Plates, More Dates. Too.
Yep, I watched some of him on Snapchat and YouTube.
Especially those crazy ass Reddit posts where they're like, "This is what fucking happened. What the hell do I do?" And he's just like, "Yo."
There was this one I watched the other day of this guy, and he had just posted a Reddit. Nobody knew him, but he started out when he was like 18 and stopped when he was like 25 or something. And when he was 18, he was probably skinnier. He might have been bigger than me, to be honest. He was doing pretty well.
And you're just like, fuck it.
Yeah, and then he was like, he looked like fucking Superman.
Yeah,
obviously.
It was
insane.
Yeah.
But then I think he got he didn't have any of the physical side effects, which is unique. He had a lot of
crazy
mental side
effects.
effects.
You can go crazy. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to.
This exacerbates. He tried to kill himself on
You can go
it.
schizophrenic.
Yep. He got super aggressive towards people.
Yep.
Really, you can go schizophrenic?
I think so. I think if you're prone to like any of that shit.
I mean, if it just exacerbates what's already there, then that sounds like it could.
1% schizophrenic, and all of a sudden makes you 100% schizophrenic.
Could steroids cause?
You didn't put on a list after this Google.
Probably. Stay signed out. Oh, yes, corticosteroids can cause psychotic reactions that can include the aggravation of schizophrenia.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild.
God, fucking crazy. Dude,
that's crazy.
Dude, a schizophrenic dude stopped at the shop today and had me look for fucking air tags on his car.
Really?
Yeah, because he thought people were listening to him. He said a deal had gone, not a deal. No, he had some info on some really bad people. And dude, I walk outside because I'm like, all right, I'll help you. He's like, I just need somebody to verify my wiring. And I was like, what wiring?
That's what he said to you?
And he's like, I just rewired the whole car. I just need somebody to look at it and make sure it's good. And I was like, what? I look back because the one dude's gone, so it's just the owner and another guy and my ass. And I look back and they're both like hard working, so I'm like, fuck. And so I walk out of there, and he's got like the A pillar torn off and just wires hanging out, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, some could be in this one. He's like, I read up on Google on the internet that some could be on this one, and I was like, I looked at it and I was like. I mean, I fucking guess, but I was like, there's probably not. This is like a normal, 8-pin connector. It's just like a big connector for wiring. I was like, there's no way there's something in there. There's like 3 wires that go to it. I was like, there's nothing in here. And then it's just, all of a sudden he just pulls his whole radio apart. What? And it's like, yeah.
What?
He's like, I think something's hidden back up here. I turned the radio off.
I've met people like this at Walmart.
He's like, earlier, I turned the radio off and music kept playing out of the vents in the back or something. He's like, it kept playing. And I was like, huh. And I was like, I bet it's battery powered. I said, I bet it's battery powered. Whatever it is.
Were you saying it as a joke?
Half and half. Because at this point, I had met enough tweakers and fucking met enough people in hospitals and shit to be like.
Plus, you worked at those gas stations.
I was
so
like,
you probably
I was like, this guy's crazy. I was like, this guy's fucking crazy. And then he's got like he's like, yeah. He's like, all right, yeah, I bet. And then he walks to the back and he's like, earlier I came out to my car and there was body screws. What the fuck's your problem, huh?
The little thingy was up.
Oh.
Body screws?
Yeah, he's like, there's body screws and he's like pointing at the bottom of his rear bumper. And I'm at the back. I look up.
Did he take them off?
I look up and I see Craig in like the fucking garage doorway. Like he had like noticed that I was gone. He had probably yelled something at me and been like, And then noticed I wasn't in the office. And then he walked out and he like looked at me and he was like, and I was like, because the guy was like under the car. I was like, and he started walking over and he's like, "Hey, Brian." He like knew the dude. And I was like,
fuck.
I was like, "Ooh, shit." And then Craig started helping, and I was like, "All right, this is my chance. I'm going inside." Craig's out there for another like 15 minutes, dude, trying to help this guy. And then I come out and I'm like, "Yo, it's lunchtime." And so that gives like Craig a break basically. And then I was like, "Bro, just come." He's like, when can I come back? I'll pay you for your time if you can just get it up on a lift and look it up. And I was like, all right, we'll make money. And Craig's like 2 o'clock, man. And I'm like, cool. That dude comes back at 2 o'clock, and Craig doesn't even get it up on a lift.
Really?
Like, we go to lunch and everything, and we come back, and sure enough, he's there at like 2 o'clock. And he's like, I went to US Cellular, and they confirmed that I got weird signals coming to my phone. I was like, the fuck?
The fuck is this guy?
And so I was like, hey, Craig, dude's here. Oh, yeah, on lunch before I left. I was like, that guy's crazy, right? And Craig's like, yeah, he used to be on drugs. He's like, he worked for me, and he used to like, get fucked up and shit. And I was like, all right, is this dude he's talking about his buddy? And he's like, yeah, they were like brothers. And I was like, damn. So like, he had information on this other guy that was going to get him arrested or something. So he thought this other guy was like planting shit on his car and like tracking him.
Bruh.
And yeah, regardless, he tells me that, and I go to lunch, and I'm like, damn, realized tweaker out here in Forest City, Iowa.
The crazy part.
And he comes back at 2 o'clock, and like Craig looks at it, and then Craig comes back inside, and Craig told him to go to fucking one of the places in Mason that does like audio work to like check out.
Oh, the sound
Craig's
place?
like, I told him it was a sound thing. He's going to fucking some other shop.
There's a sound shop in Mason.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna say it's
Quick
name or
Start.
nothing.
I
Yeah,
don't know. But what's crazy to me is the fact that the human brain can think like that. That's
it's wild because he
Yeah.
was going like 100 miles an
He
hour.
100% believed what he was saying.
Yeah, and after he had me check, like, after he pulled his whole radio apart, I was like, what the fuck? Because he had, like, body panels lying around, 1,000 cigarettes, just, like, tweaker shit. Whole body in the inside was, like, torn apart, looking for shit. And then, oh, yeah, Craig told me that he tore his whole ceiling apart and it's, like, not in, like, his apartment. Like, as if we tore this shit apart because he thought some people were listening. And he's like, yeah, he got evicted because they had to redo the whole ceiling.
Well, he's got a point. I've had the same feeling my entire life, but I'm not going to go and tear the walls apart and shit.
Yeah.
I know they're listening through this motherfucker.
That's exactly what Craig said. He was like, they're all listening. They can listen to me right now if they want. And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's why it's crazy. It's because he thinks like an individual is listening to him.
Yeah, that's weird. Who the fuck's going to spend
I scared
their
him
time
too.
listening
I
to
scared him
that guy?
too because I was like, you got an iPhone or Android? And he's like, Android. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, Craig, you got an iPhone? He's like, no. And I was like, dude, I don't think anybody's got an iPhone. I was like, because you need an iPhone to see if AirTags are following you. He's like, I tweaked him out. He's like, oh shit. And he's like,
Fuck!
He started downloading apps in front of me to find trackers.
Are you serious? This guy, man. Bro, that reminds me of a story I heard today that Joe was telling about some guy. I don't remember his name, but he had been. You remember that story he tells about the guy who was sleeping on the stage at night and, like, because he got kicked out and, like, there was a ghost in
Oh,
there?
they grabbed him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that guy's name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but he told a story about when he was partying with Kinnison for like months. They were doing a bunch of coke, and they were saying that he did so much. He said that he did so much coke that he was hearing voices in his head for a year.
Oh my god.
That scared the shit out of me, and that reminded me of that because I'm like, he's probably hearing something fucking in his head. People are probably telling him that.
Oh, it's ticking. Punch him in the face.
Oh my god, bro. That would be terrifying.
They're listening to you. It's in your car. They're tracking you.
Do you ever falling asleep and like?
Do you ever falling asleep? Yes, I do ever falling asleep.
Yes, I'm falling asleep all the time. But do you ever like fall asleep and like hear a noise and then you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, like your brain tricks you and you're like, what the fuck was that? There's nothing even
Better
there.
yet, do you ever fall asleep and get jolted awake?
Yeah.
That's your body dying. Do you know that?
What?
Your heart and shit's shutting down. Well, your brain thinks your body's dying because your heart shit's shutting down fast because you're very tired.
Oh.
So or is it your brain? Something thinks you're dying, so your nervous system like shoots you with adrenaline, and like kicks your heartbeat.
Wake up!
It's, Jesus fucking Christ.
Espresso.
Yeah, because you
Quick espresso.
usually when that happens, you're falling asleep fast.
Yeah, you ever like have those dreams where you're falling and then you wake up?
Yeah, it's like the same thing basically. Your nervous system thinks you're dying and it shoots you with like adrenaline.
Well, I've heard a theory that it's like from our ancestors as monkeys, like falling out of trees and shit.
Probably.
But I feel like you'd have to wake up quick as fuck. You're falling.
True, but sometimes you're like lying back on the couch, not falling.
That's true.
You're
Yeah.
just like, what the fuck?
What I was gonna ask you though is, are your parents religious? Like,
No.
They're not religious at all.
No.
So do you like we were talking about meditation and like soul and shit? Do you like think you felt your soul as a kid?
Yeah.
You think you did?
Yeah.
Like you felt the separation between your mind and your soul?
Like as a kid?
Like what I'm saying is like
7? Probably not, but like 12 maybe.
like yeah, you looked at your mind as like not you basically.
I had to like detach from thoughts a little bit.
Yeah.
Thoughts,
That's interesting.
Thoughts are not me.
So I was just talking
Yeah.
about how
I don't remember what age, but I think my dad told me that. He was like, you're not all of your thoughts. He's like, you're just having thoughts all the time.
that's a good point. That's crazy that your dad told you that.
Yeah.
So
Dad or mom, one of them told me.
I was so outwardly focused. Like I never even considered that I wasn't my thoughts. I was just impulses. That's
Yeah.
all. It's like weird to me that you could have that.
That's why you would like yap all the time, right?
Yeah. Because I'm just impulse. I do it still. Sometimes my thoughts feel so powerful in my head that it just has to come out.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to work on.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like you have like an inner monologue of thoughts, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
maybe yours is like super loud, and mine is like whispering.
Well, it's not that mine's loud. What I've realized the past few weeks of meditating is it's just super fucking fast. Like, it's so many fucking thoughts coming in so fast that it just catches me. Like, it's like, okay, I'm not these and that. Oh, shit!
Are you like 3 sentences ahead?
There's just always shit coming in. It's weird. It's never quiet until, like, I force quietness.
Are you like any sentences ahead? Have you thought out a sentence, or all the sentences happening?
They just come in.
They're just happening.
Yeah.
They're just flying.
I've never tried. Well, when I try to think, it never goes well.
Does your brain think as fast as you can talk, or do you think faster than you can talk?
Sometimes it's thinking faster.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
But, like, what did you ask before that? Fuck. Oh, yeah, when I think, sometimes I get myself into trouble. Like, it doesn't work. Like, if you asked me, like,
So, and
what
then
I
someone
did
else hits you.
yesterday?
Yeah.
I could probably tell you. Well, yesterday I could remember, but if you asked, like,
Well,
what
you
I
ever,
did
like,
a
really-
week ago or a month ago, it's all gone.
Even better than that, you ever like ask someone you're pretty confident in, like information wise, like you ask them a question that you're like pretty sure you know the answer to, you just want a little help, and they make you realize you have no idea what you're talking about. That's the real
Yeah.
trick. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, with, like, quantum physics
Yeah.
and shit.
Well, no, not even other shit. Simple shit that you would be like, dumb.
Well, I just never talk to people. I talk to, like, you and my dad, and,
You never get wisdom.
yeah.
You get wisdom.
Like, that's why I'm so obsessed with podcasts, is because that's where the wisdom's coming, and the books.
That's true.
They
Damn,
drop
I didn't
in my
notice that.
brain, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I never had, like, my dad will give me wisdom.
No wonder your horny ass likes Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I want to molest him.
Did you know he's racist?
And sexist and homophobic, apparently.
Allegedly.
I got a zit on my arm.
Ow. Why the fuck would you do that?
Because it's an impulse.
Nah.
You don't pop your zits?
No, you try not to. You're not supposed to.
I know. That's what they tell you. I've popped every single one I've got.
The witch hazel's working.
Kinda.
It's kind of working.
Well, it works.
It's got to be so much better.
It does work, but I still get
shit
breakouts. I think it's ingrown hairs. I think that's the problem. I think I need to stop using, like, a real razor. Because I think, like, the electric razor, like, I think it's better for...
It keeps you at a certain level where you don't got to deal with this shit.
I want one of those ones that, like, you know, the circular ones?
Nah.
Like, yeah.
You want to chew your way into some weirdy goodness.
I don't know. I don't know why I wanted to ask you that now.
Me neither.
Your parents don't believe in any afterlife or nothing like that?
I don't think so. Well, I don't really know. I just don't.
You
They're
never
not,
asked?
they're not religious.
I guess. Oh. You think
What?
they're spiritual?
I think so now. I don't think they were. I think so. Now I would say probably.
I feel like all older people do.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a natural human thing.
My mom was motorcycle shopping.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, what? Yeah, I know.
She was mad you got a gun.
Probably.
That's kind of the same thing.
You think she's acting out? She's like, she's
well, no. I'm saying
midlife crisis.
What I'm saying is it's kind of just as dangerous. Well, I guess on the motorcycle you'll just kill yourself.
True, with a gun you probably kill yourself too.
Yeah.
The statistics probably aren't good, folks. I ensure you I made proper firearm user.
Why do you think we get the thought to kill ourselves? What do you think that is? So I have it a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't act on it. I'm not like suicidal or depressed, but my brain's like, you could die. And you could do it yourself. And I'm like, yeah, I could, but I'm not gonna.
Shit is very tough sometimes.
Yeah.
Shit's rough. Life is trials and tribulations all the time. That's all it is. It's trials and tribulations, my friends. Well, that's not all it is, but that's like, there's so many, like, dude, we're going to run into so many more problems that are going to be so hard.
You think it's being overwhelmed by your own biology?
Kind of. That's what I'm saying. Your biology is life. Life is full of, like, sad shit and hard shit. If you do it right, I feel like it gets full of that.
I think it has to be.
It's unavoidable, I guess.
Because no matter what, by the end of your life, most of the people you love are going to be dying around you.
Yeah. Or you're going to be dying leaving.
Yeah. And it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, but you got to make your peace with it because this is what everybody does.
Mm-hmm. Me and Dylan were talking about that. He looked fucked up about it because
he never considered it.
Well, his father-in-law died. I feel like most people try to suppress the thought of death until like somebody dies, and then
you're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Think about it, and they're like, "Fuck,
I'm gonna die. What the fuck am I doing?"
Yeah.
What am I doing then?
Because like people like us think about it all the time. I know. Fuck this shit.
It's not all the time, but yeah, it's more than I would like.
You don't think about it all the time?
Killing myself?
Well, not necessarily just killing yourself, but death in general.
No, I don't think about it all the time.
No, I do. I don't think it's unhealthy. Because I think about it from a spiritual aspect, as like a sense of wonder. I'm just curious what's after it.
I might just be at peace with it, I guess.
I think that I just took it to another extent. Like, I'm at peace with it, but I'm also curious. Like, what people think are like, what are all the ideas of what could be there?
Oh, so you're just considering different ideas. You're not thinking of like death.
Death. Yeah, I'm like, everybody's gonna fuck.
Just like brainstorming afterlives and shit.
Yeah, like what could be after there?
Yeah. I think our brain is built so you can't like figure it out. Basically.
That's what I was talking about before, and I was explaining that on the other podcast I did because, and the analogy I used was, so this is green and this is blue, right? But if this was green and this was blue to one of us, but we still call it this green. That's what we were talking about the other day. That's what subjective and objective. And I think that our brain's not built to know what reality is. It's built to survive.
Yeah. Isn't there an age where your fucking vision flips? Aren't you upside down for a certain amount in your vision?
Yeah, as a baby. Back?
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
When baby,
I thought about the other day. I was turning my head a little bit while I was driving. I was like, how the fuck would
Holy shit, though. That fucking makes sense, though, because most of the time a baby's laying like this or being held like this. So if you're looking upside down, if your vision's upside down, you're looking right side up.
True.
That's kind of nuts.
Yes. You're just holding the baby upside down. You gotta kind of be holding them at an angle and not supporting their head. You're supposed to support their head.
That's true. That's true. I'm just talking about holding the baby like a fucking floppy doodle.
Your vision's gonna be upside down for a little bit, too. And then I'm gonna flip you over.
I wonder what the fuck they can see. Like just pure energy.
Yeah.
Because they can't see depth perception or lines. They can't see a goddamn thing.
Shadows. Yeah.
Penises.
What, foreskin before they take it.
The baby's like, I don't know what gender I am.
Hi, how are you doing?
We're supposed to tell it what gender it is. That's the part of fucking coming into this world.
The baby's like, I've been on trend for 25 months. I'm starting to fucking freak out.
What the fuck? We need to do experiments like that on like captive babies.
What the fuck? Jesus.
Listen, I'm not saying I'm gonna be the one to say this or do this, But what happens when you give a baby tren? We don't know.
Jesus.
Maybe it helps them.
Dose
We
them
don't
up.
know. We give them steroids anyway.
Jacked ass baby.
They prescribe steroids for like injuries and shit.
My boy Drake was on steroids and he beat like kind of fat kids were like strong in elementary school and shit.
Mhm.
He beat like one of the strongest ones because he was on steroids and he was like a skinny dude, still a skinny dude. He's like 5'6" or something.
He didn't start working out.
No, he had Skrillex hair.
Yeah.
1 year he came to school with Skrillex hair. He fucking shaved on this side. Like,
Oh, you're just saying he was aggressive and that's why he beat the fuck out of this guy.
no, it was an arm wrestling.
Oh, I thought he was.
Yeah, it was like
fighting.
it was like second grade,
Oh,
and he fucking like skinny kid
what
against
the
fat kid.
fuck?
On steroids for like a lung infection or something, just whooped his ass at the lunch table.
That's crazy.
Like instantly, like boom.
That's
Like,
crazy.
Fuck,
that
and then
they're-
I did it, and I got smashed by the fat kid, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That they're giving kids steroids at that age, isn't it?
Yeah, he was probably like 12. No, not 12. He had to be like 10.
I googled
It
it.
had to be like 10 or 11.
7 or 8.
7 or 8. in
Second grade, you said? Yeah, because that's when I was put on meds.
Maybe it was 3rd or 4th. And I don't know. It could have been. It might have had to be 2nd because this was at a point in our elementary school that they took away in like 4th grade. So it was either 2nd or 3rd because in 4th grade you went to recess and then lunch. But before then, if you could eat lunch fast, you had a longer recess. So
Oh,
you could
yeah.
devour lunch in like 5 minutes.
A lot
you
of
could have
kids
like a
would waste it.
55-minute recess.
A lot of kids would just throw it away and fucking go
Go
outside.
outside. Yeah. Fuck it, dude. It's
Fuck that
kickball day, bro.
Do you remember any of the meds you were on as like a younger lad?
I got put on meds when I was like 13 or 14.
Did they ever make you sad and shit?
They numb you up. Yeah, it's like fluoxetine, Prozac.
Does it make you
Abilify.
sad?
Yeah. It sucked. The brain zaps I got were the worst. Getting off of it for like a year and a half, I had brain zaps and it fucked me up.
Damn.
I was coming off of them when I was in my drug-induced psychosis.
Is that like the main one you remember?
Or no, they put me back on them. So
How many did they put you on? A lot?
initially, not a lot. It was like antidepressant and a mood stabilizer, and then they also gave me I think it was trazodone for sleep.
What the fuck is a mood stabilizer?
Yeah,
How
that's
do you
that's
stabilize
the one that
moods?
moves. Well, it just keeps you from the peaks and valleys. It basically keeps you at like a low hill of fluctuation. Like it's not like just flat. Instead of being like super sad, super happy, like a little sad, a little happy, a little sad, a little happy. So
it
it fucks
doesn't
you up.
stabilize
You become
it,
numb at a
just
certain point.
desensitizes you.
You don't realize it. Trazodone gave me weird
That's
fucking
the sleep
dreams.
one?
Yeah. And then at a certain point, they gave me gabapentin, which was fucking kind of weird. It was anti-anxiety, and a lot of anti-anxiety meds are kind of wild, like Xanax and
Mhm.
like all that shit. And this one is like, it reacts on your GABA receptors, which are, I think, the same receptors that Xanax reacts to.
Probably.
So it's got like a semi-similar effect.
So is it a benzo?
No, it's
A
not.
different one?
They're moving it to a controlled substance now, I think, but I don't know. It's a neuropathy drug, is what they call it. It's like nerve endings. It eases pain and anxiety and shit. And I probably loved that shit. That shit was awesome. And they put me on that for sleep, and I got 3 per day for anxiety and shit. So I'm living.
Perk 30s,
Because
basically.
the trazodone worked, so what I figured out was I could have 6 per day.
6 trazodones?
No, 6 gabapentins.
Mm.
So that's like a lot.
You were taking more than you were prescribed?
No, I was prescribed 6 a day, but I was prescribed 3 throughout the day and 3 at night.
Oh.
I didn't need them at night. The trazodone worked. I kind of need them at night though, because the trazodone will keep you asleep for like 4 or 5 hours, and the gabapentin, so like some sort of hormone spikes in your body at like 1 or 2 o'clock.
Probably a
for
cortisol.
for certain people. So some people wake up around there like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So the gabapentin would work throughout all of that and like curb that, and you'd be able to stay asleep for long.
Well, your cortisol spikes to wake you up, and you remember when Joey Diaz was talking about when his mom would wake him up, and then he'd still to this day, like as an old guy,
He wakes up at that
yeah,
time?
yeah. So maybe you were saying, you used to wake up at that time?
Yeah.
Maybe you had something going on at that time, as like a young kid. You just didn't remember it.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. But I thought about that. That's what I was saying. I considered that today. I was like, oh shit, maybe there's repressed memories.
Yeah, I tried. That's what I've been trying to do lately. Is trying to get in there. Like I'm trying to see what the fuck's in my subconscious. So I'm trying to dream more and shit. That's why I try to get in sleep. Because I'm like, I need to figure out.
You should listen to more Matt McCusker. He's all about that shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I should.
He's the sensei. They call him the shaman.
Duncan's pretty good at it too.
Duncan's goat.
I was
Duncan and Matt they don't have a podcast together, but they have a couple episodes.
Really?
We should watch them after this.
Bet.
Yeah.
I was thinking about those meds because the meds you were taking because I only remember 2, but one made me suicidal, and like I don't remember what the fuck they were. I know I was on a bunch of different ones though. I don't know. I don't even know what it was because I was like
Isn't
7
that
or 8
wild?
years old.
Some of the side effects are like suicidal thoughts. It's like,
Yeah.
where does that come from, and how did you figure that out? Did the guy kill himself while you were testing?
Yeah, but then there was another one, bro, and I just remembered like the whole thing, but like me and my brother and my cousin were gonna go sleep in our camper, which was right out in the front like yard, you know, where my dad. Yeah. So the whole day we were planning this, we were all excited about it, and then I take the meds that I was on at the time, bro. I just instantly so fucking sad. Like I remember to this day, I don't know what depression was at that age, but I was depressed as fuck after I took those meds. I was depressed and I was sad and scared for some reason, and like I did not want to leave my mom's side. Like I slept in her bed that night because I was terrified. I was like, I don't know what I'm scared of or why I'm sad, but I'm not fucking going anywhere. Maybe I was scared of the meds. Maybe I was like, what the fuck's going on in my body?
Yeah, your brain is like,
this is not normal.
You're used to spiking and shit.
They tried a bunch of different ones for me. It was kind of weird. They kind of just tested a bunch, and then they're like, oh, this one kind of makes him all right.
Jesus Christ. That sucks. What the hell?
I hated it, bro. I liked it. Holy shit. Maybe this is why I like food so much. But as a kid, I would go out of town because there was no like place to go in Mason at the time when I first got on pills to go and like check. It was basically a drug therapist lady I'd go and check with every like year, and she'd be like, "How's it going?" And she'd be like test all my fucking shit. And I hated this lady, but
what the fuck?
But
why'd you have to go there?
Just to see how the meds were working and shit.
She'd be like, "Why are you smoking weed?"
Well, I wasn't smoking weed at the time yet.
You just pilling?
Yeah, I was just taking the pills they gave me.
Oh, you're just prescribed medication.
Yeah.
And you're like, not good, want to kill myself.
Well, I just lied to her. I told her everything was great. But I was like, I didn't know any better, though. Yeah. I didn't know what the fuck else I was supposed to feel. But,
I guess this is life. I don't know what to compare it to.
Yeah, we would go to Waterloo for the before there was one in Mason. And every time we would go, we'd get fucking food. And we'd go out to eat or something. Maybe that's why I like food so much, because that was the only good thing. I was like, I don't want to go and see this fucking people.
Your whole day revolved around getting food.
Yeah, because then I hated the fucking one in Mason because I wouldn't get food anymore. I'd just go there and then I'd go back to school. I was like, this is fucking bullshit.
And you pig at school.
Yeah, I'd pick at home in school and be like,
I didn't get food today in Waterloo. This is bullshit.
Like, yes, I'm doing fantastic. I don't know what feelings are, but I'm not supposed to at this stage, right? They never teach you anything either. Did they ever teach you anything? Like, teach you skills to sleep?
No, once you get hospitalized, they teach you.
Really?
Yeah, you're shoveling out so much money in copays. And
did you get pills before you got hospitalized?
Yeah.
Well, that's fucked up. They're just they're like, let's play with this brain chemical before we help. Let's see what happens.
Same doctor-therapist combo is the first one that put me in that hospital.
They're tied in with each other?
Yeah, basically the one recommends it and the other one prescribes it.
That's like pretty rich. I fucking hate that shit, dude. Because you can't say no.
It was like a pediatrician.
Was it like state-oriented? Like you have to do it?
No.
Oh.
It was like I don't know. It was a pediatrician hospital. It was a kid hospital.
You told me about 14. The kids in there for weed.
I was like 14.
Yeah, that's young as fuck. Yeah. That's retarded.
Well, once I got, I was like 14. Shit.
That's a scary experience at 14. That's your first inpatient or first pills?
I was like, I want to say I was driving though. Might have been 16. 14 was the first pills though, because I got pills in Monroe before.
Were you on outpatient technically then?
Outpatient is after inpatient.
Oh, so they never just do outpatient?
I guess maybe if you ask for it. It sucks. Why would you?
Yeah, that would be weird. Prairie
It's
Ridge
like
has
a
that shit
punishment.
too. I asked her because I
You
was
were like,
serious-
no, I volunteered to come here. And everybody fucking hate you.
Yeah, they would be like, oh, fuck this piece of shit.
I'll kill you.
I asked the therapist lady that I had to go see for the courts, cause she's like, here's my card and you can come back. Cause I kind of liked her. She was a good person. And I thought she was a good therapist and shit. And I kind of wanted to open up to her, but I was like, eh. So I asked her like, what do? You just walk in and be like, can I see you? And then I can talk to you. Cause if I could just do that, I'd do that. And I'm not
no.
stuck here. I'm not told I have to come here. And she's like, nope, you have to come here. Get evaluated, like those stupid evaluations I had to do. They basically assess if you have a problem or not. And those evaluations start with you seeing their financial fucking thing. All right, first you're going to see financial, and then the doctor will come get you. And I'm like, oh, okay. I see what the fuck kind of scheme you're running here. Is that what they did with you? You have to go through financial? I guess it was probably your parents, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So I just had to feel bad about it, but I never got to do it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, so were they successful at the time when you were going through all this?
Yeah.
They had already gotten their shit done and stuff?
They're doing alright, yeah.
Okay.
They're got like a decent house. They're moving to like a...
That makes sense because they're past. They were already on that path.
When we got that house, we were maybe house poor for like a year. And then we were, maybe like slowly on house poor for like...
What do you mean by
3
that?
years. You buy a house and you use most of your money on the house.
Oh, yeah.
So now,
yeah.
like, you don't have shit. You just have a house.
Yeah. That'd be...
So it was probably like 5 years until we were like decent. We moved there when I was like 6 or 7. So that brings me to 12 or 13.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
And we lived there until I was 16, almost 17. It was sophomore year.
It was within your life.
The last day of school. I drove up to our new house.
They moved fast.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they moved slow for a while.
Kind of. My mom had been spending like the whole year up in that their new house's basement. It was an Airbnb, and she worked up there. So she like lived in there, basically. And then they were like, hey,
People would stay there?
No, it was basically just her. She rented it out for like forever. So then they were selling the house, and they were like, yo, you've been living here for like months. Do you want to just buy the house? Because the Airbnbs are crazy expensive. You're basically paying their mortgage.
Is that the one they live at now?
Yes.
Are you serious?
She lived in the basement, yeah.
That's crazy.
We would go visit her, and it was an Airbnb in the basement. Yeah, red carpet and shit. Damn.
Not bad.
Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That looks
I
like
had
an
to told you
Airbnb
that.
house.
I tell everybody.
Yeah, I probably forgot.
The basement was, yeah.
That whole thing was so the people lived upstairs?
Yep.
And she would use it as an office space?
No, she lived there while she went to the office. This was before COVID, so it wasn't like work from home thing. Now they both work from home. It's ridiculous. My dad goes to the gym at like 10.
That would be nice.
Yeah, he just comes home, finishes work.
It would be so nice.
3 o'clock.
He starts work in the morning, then goes to the gym, then
Yeah, he gets
What a
like
baller,
a good
dude.
amount of shit done from like 7 to like 9:30, 2.5 hours. Wreak havoc at the gym. Come home. He designs substations. Isn't that wild? You know, like the grid, like the electricity. You know those things with barbed wire around them. Those are substations. He designs them.
how the fuck do you even begin to do that?
Don't ask me. He's trying to explain it. I've been like, bro, it's just a black box with like little rectangles with numbers in them, with like different wires with different numbers in them, and then a bunch of symbols and shit. And I'm just like, what the? I don't understand.
So
And he's got one of those weird mouses, you know, those tall ones with the ball on top.
Shit.
You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
Like the 3D mouse and shit.
Weird
He's
one.
good at it. I try and use it. I'm useless. He uses it. Flying around.
Bro, you gotta be so smart to do that.
Yeah, the
Moving
dude,
fingers
the
and
dude
shit
is
like
really
that?
smart. Yeah.
Uh-huh. He is a fucking genius.
I showed you his office, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Show me
wild?
both their offices.
That's
crazy.
His office is pimped out.
You dissing on your mom's office right now?
No, my mom's office is clean. My dad's office is pimped out.
Like
My mom's office says "Get shit done" in the background.
Get shit done.
Yeah, it's like her desk on the wall. And it's my old bedroom, by the way, but it says "Get shit done."
She's like, finally, this fucking dweeb's gone. I can use this bedroom as my office.
Yeah, but it says that like she's in Zoom calls all the time. It says that in the background.
Get shit done.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Because now I think she's who she started with's boss. So like she started and she had a boss, right?
Mhm.
Now she is that person.
Mm.
So I think she's like climbed the ladder. Or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
See, it's hard to climb ladders in companies anymore.
I noticed.
As
'cause,
young
like,
people too.
they were doing good. My dad had the vet and shit, and then they started doing like pretty good. Like all of a sudden, my dad ordered just like a 2024 Chevy, like designed it, and then my mom's got this crazy ass Volvo, like a pull start, like a tuned up.
So you had actually saw what I thought I saw.
I had saw them like get up.
Yeah, you saw what I thought I saw with my dad, but he was just getting paid from construction jobs.
He had.
So he got paid in cash.
He almost did it. And he was so close.
Yeah.
Every time.
COVID kind of wiped him out.
Yeah.
And I think he spends a lot of money. He's not good with saving.
Yeah. They were pretty good at it.
My whole family's just bad at
My
it.
family, my mom especially, was pretty good at it.
She's frugal.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they're
It's probably part of the reason they made it
yeah.
pretty good at it.
You got to be a little frugal, especially in this economy. What are we at?
36. 05. And I gotta rip a piss.
We're gonna go for 6 hours. We're gonna go into the night. Nah, I'm fucking ready to eat.
I gotta piss so bad.
You can go if you want.
I don't piss. You would steal a headphone.
Just until you come back. I don't even need them actually. I just didn't want it to make a loud fucking sound. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna dog on Chance Nielsen. We're gonna talk the biggest shit on him in internet history. No, I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. We're gonna make some goddamn spicy Italian brat burgers and potatoes, butter, and fucking salt and pepper. Ooh, I love food, man. I'm gonna upload this right after too. So we did the double upload in the fucking one day. That's efficient work. I was hoping me and Chance would do them, to be honest, because I like when Chance gets on, and I'm getting better at it. I think getting better at listening to him and actually engaging. Sometimes my brain tries to take me on a roller coaster while he's talking, and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, brain! I'm trying to listen to Chance talk," and it's hard. And then I'm like, "All right, we're back in. We're locked in here." I think he notices sometimes when I drift off in my brain. Chance, do you notice sometimes when I drift away in my brain?
Yeah.
Sometimes
Do you?
yeah, for sure. I get mad.
Yeah, no, that's.
I'm trying to listen.
Usually
to you.
that's how I can tell when you've drifted away.
Yeah.
I can either tell while it's happening or by your reaction.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Because you can tell like I'm vacant in my head. I'm just like,
I'm bad.
I'm like, oh yeah, come back.
Yeah. I'm tired. What were you
What's
talking
your
about?
favorite food? I was talking
Burritos.
about
Yours?
cooking. Burritos are pretty smacking. Fuck yeah, probably burritos. But you can't beat Mexican food. There's no beating Mexican
Suck a
food.
cock.
European
I can think of
food,
100
shit.
different types of burritos too.
That's true.
That
You can
answer
put
is
anything
like-
in there.
You can get a lot of like things going.
As long as you got a tortilla, you can pretty much do anything with it.
Chimichanga is basically a burrito.
That's true.
Deep fried.
What Thomas does is he fucking he packs it full of shit, and then he'll fucking put the toothpicks in there, and then he'll fry it so it stays closed. And it's fire. It's fucking not good for you at all. Like you're biting into some fucking rapeseed oil,
Yeah,
industrial
you're gonna die.
lubricant.
Oh. Like it's
I think that's what made me like my dad's pork chops too. Because I fucking hate pork chops when I cook them and grill them. And I think you've noticed that. But when you deep fry them, man, they're fucking
You
delicious.
didn't like them pork chops?
I like them to an extent. There's so much fat and shit on it. And I like
dude.
cringe and shit when it gets in my mouth. It has to be a certain texture.
When who gets in your mouth? What's his name?
His name is fucking Hamilton. Piglet Hamilton. He puts his big fat schmeedy ham in my mouth.
Heard you go first, folks.
What are we at now? I'm ready to end this thing and eat.
Can't do it yet, buddy. It's 39, 37.
Just jerk it off. This is a jerk off session now. Me and Chance are gonna see who can come the fastest. I guarantee it's me. So you're gonna lose. This is the one challenge I'm gonna win in my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Gummy Worm Challenge.
We have to stare each other in the eye.
No. I knew you were gonna make it gay,
That's
dude.
the
I knew
second
you were gonna
part of
make
the
it gay.
challenge.
You would make it gay.
Because one, we're gonna have to get hard. Two, we're gonna have to stay hard. And three, we're gonna have to come. That's the challenge.
No, 3 we're gonna have to look each other in the eyes. 4 we're gonna. You're missing a critical step.
No, we're looking at each other at the entire time.
Yeah, I know.
While we're
Oh
stroking.
my god.
Why are we talking about this? Why the fuck are we?
Because you're a little.
Listen, I don't fucking.
Alright, 40 minutes.
Alright. I love you guys. I think Chance Nielsen's gonna end this thing.
Goodbye.